Alright y'all, this is part 2 of beauty tools and the things you're gonna need. Okay? And we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm not gonna beat around the bush here. I talked to you before about brushes and tweezers and all that stuff, but I'm gonna add a little bit more to that. I'm gonna go a little bit more in depth today about the brushes, and then I'm also, if I can scoop my camera back, how about that? Alright, I'm also going to talk to you about other tools that you're gonna need when applying makeup and stuff like that. I mean, I go in and in and in all the time about that brush that I use on my face for skincare, but let's talk about what I put on my skin, which tools I use, which ones are the best. I'm like super bored tonight, so I'm gonna do a little bit of filming here. Okay, do a little bit of filming of some of the products that I have and what I love. So you're probably gonna see me in this same ensemble repertoire, wig, the whole 9 yards, in a couple of different videos because I'm not doing anything tonight. We're still in this long, drawn out, extensive, unbelievable pandemic and quarantine situation, so why not play in some makeup tonight? Why not play with some of my tools? Alright, so let's get started. So I talked to you guys about Sigma and how good Sigma was for brushes, and I'm still gonna say the same thing. They are. They really are. However, I just ordered another brush from somewhere else last week, and they didn't carry this in Ulta in the store, and it's by Morphe. I was looking for a buffer dome type of brush to put my foundation on with, because I normally, depending on which foundation I'm using, I'll just spot all over my face, and then I'll take this brush, which I thought was a very interesting brush. This is my flat angled kabuki brush, F88 from Sigma, and it's angled. If you can see that, can y'all see? Yeah, angled. She a little on the dirty side. She got to get cleaned up. Okay, I'm working on it. It takes time to clean all these brushes. Cool. Anyway, so yeah, I usually will put it on with this brush, but I just don't. It's not that it's not doing the job. It does the job just fine. However, I just needed something that did not streak me out, and I didn't say freak me out. I said streak. Meaning that you don't want streaks all over your face. Like, it just needs to be a seamless type of thing. So I also have this one. I tried this one. This one is really good. It is the curved kabuki brush, which is the F83 from Sigma. And it kind of just gets in here. But again, we're talking, I can see streaks. Now, when you're hearing me and you're listening to me talk about different things, I am over a certain age, so my skin is different. My skin is mature and it's different than someone who has no fine lines whatsoever. So I'm like trying to look and get the best look on the planet for this canvas. So please don't take everything I say as rule for you. It is what's rule for me, and then we can kind of come to an agreement and figure out some good things for you. So those two brushes I've been using to put on my foundation, and they've gotten me pretty much the same result, even with different angles to it. And then this one I use quite a bit. Now, this one is that 170 brush I think I showed you in the previous video, and this is from MAC. And this is a great stippling brush if you are going to use like a stick foundation. So it worked really good for me. I'm just going to try it and put on my Mented T40 real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. Now, nothing's on my skin right now. It's not been primed. It's not been done anything. So I'm just going to put that right there. And this is a very sheer foundation, so you probably can't even really I can't even really see it. Wow, isn't that amazing? A month ago it didn't match. Okay, no, but this is really sheer, so I'm just going to use this really quick. But this is good if you are putting on a stick. Let me see if I can push that back a bit. Put it on a stick foundation. I'm not going to say so much for a cream or a liquid. I do better with this brush on this type of foundation because it just buffs out really, really well. And I like it. Can y'all see that? Like, it's super sheer. Super sheer. I can kind of see it on my finger though. But that's a great stick foundation match. It's just really sheer. It's not like a lot of coverage for me. That's for another video though. So I decided, getting to the point, good Lord, I've been talking for 5 minutes. I decided to go ahead and get this buffering brush because I ended up getting this one, which is the Morphe M439. And I watched another video that someone recommended about brushes. And so this was good for buffering and getting that seamless look for contouring and highlighting. And so this one I use is really big, like really, really big. The head of it is very, 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 very big, okay? But I use that to buffer out where my contour is up here, okay? And then my highlight is here, so it won't look like I got this big light bulb right here in my forehead with a sun visor on the top. Because I've got a picture like that, and I'll look back at it and I'm like, what was I thinking? Thing is, I didn't know a whole lot about contouring and stuff back then. That's why you saw that big old ring around the top of my forehead. But now that I know better, I do better. So anyway, this is a really good brush for buffering. And if you're gonna highlight and contour, you wanna make sure that you have something that's gonna help blend all of that out, because you don't wanna have a lot of just demarcations and harsh lines. Harsh lines are like, you don't need those. You want to have a seamless, like everything is just gradient and it's just flowing. So getting again to the point, I went and got this brush. This is the M446. I ordered it from Morphe. I want to say maybe I paid 13-14 bucks for it, because you know I stay on those honey coupons and WikiBuy coupons and any other coupons that I can get in the browser, okay? But I got this. I have not used it. I was waiting to make this video so I could see how to use this thing, or not how, but you know what it's gonna look like. Is gonna give me what I'm looking for, because when you're putting on foundation, a good thing that you want is a great foundation brush, number one, and number two, you want everything to be as smooth as possible. That's the purpose of even putting it on there and evening everything out. Before I get into how that's gonna look, so I am gonna test this thing out tonight, okay? Before I get into how that is going to look, one of the other foundation brushes that I have or did get, which did me absolutely no justice, was more of a painting found brush. I probably will even give this one away. This is the MAC 197. Okay, and it's a flat brush. And this is something that will just paint right onto your face. But it's their synthetic one. Y'all know how I feel about them. That brand and the synthetics, just it's not hard like the rest of them. But I actually, let me tell you what I'm gonna do, just so you can see what I'm talking about, as well as this. No, my 108 from Makeup Forever is wonderful. This is a great brush. It's just that I don't need to paint, if that makes sense right now. Like, so I'm going to take some of my old Fenty 390 here, my good old Fenty 390, and I'm just going to take one pump and I'm going to put it right here on each side of my face. Amazing how your complexion, your skin and stuff changes. Like, this used to be the bomb on me a few years ago when I bought this, maybe 3. This was everything, and now it's like, yeah, like a orange popsicle. So look at this. So I'm not saying you can't use it, okay? I'm gonna zoom in so you can see that. I'm not saying you cannot use it. See that? Streaks, y'all. Streaks. So I'm not saying you can't use it. What I'm saying is, you can't just only use this. You are going, if you're going to use this to paint your face with your foundation or whatever, you're going to want to make sure that you get like something that's going to help buffer it out preferably a beauty blender. We'll talk about those in a minute. But yeah, that's how that thing looks. I'm gonna get rid of that. Like, I'm gonna streak that on out too. Okay. Got me up here looking like a straight circus clown, y'all. But anyway, I'm kind of looking at it like on camera right now. What I'm seeing is looking one way, but in this mirror it's looking a whole different way. So I don't know. We'll get to that later. I'm gonna have to take it off in a second because like that's not gonna work. But as soon as I can find my stuff to take it off, I'm gonna take it off. Getting back to the point though, you want to make sure that you find the right foundation brush for you. So I definitely would suggest not buying as many as I have and doing this trial and error run on it. I would say go in the store when we can go in the store. Kind of hard to do this and tell you to do certain things and go certain places when, you know, we're just on lockdown. But if you get a chance to go in the store and test out brushes, I would say fill those brushes out. They're probably gonna be stuck in something, so fill them out at the top and see how that might work for you, and see if you can kind of do a test or a trial or put it on the back of your hand or however you can do it. For me, that's not the brush for me. It's just not. It's streaky, and it's just not the brush for me. It's not gonna work. Now, powder makes it so much easier, because if you are using powder, and if you're like an oily girl who does just powder foundation, and I have to actually look and see if I even have. Oh yes, I do. I'm about to say I ain't even got no powder foundation no more, but I do. Let's try my MAC's dark mineralized skin finish. No, let's not try that because it's empty. Let's try and try and try and try and try. Yeah, I didn't even know that was even still in here. I had no idea. Here we go. Let's try the dark golden. What they tried to tell me I could do in the dark golden. Nothing. Do that look like something that could help this girl right here? But this is what they gave me though. Anyway, powder is so much easier if you are an oily girl, because you can take a brush like this, the duo fiber brush, and you can just and just put that powder on there, and the oils in your skin throughout the day are going to soak it up. Ignore that. Yeah, the oils in your skin are going to soak it up, and it's just easier to deal with powder. But if you're doing liquid, you don't want to have the streaks. You know, powder kind of evens itself out. So remember, foundation brush, powder, a duo fiber brush. It doesn't have to be this one from MAC, but it definitely needs to be a duo fiber brush. Those really put it on very well. I have a couple of them from Sigma, but they're not like that. It's for something else. We're gonna move on from the foundation brushes. It's face brushes. You definitely want to have some duo fiber brushes, and y'all don't judge me. These are dirty because I did do my face earlier and I use these and they need to be cleaned, okay? But I bought two of the same. Not sure how that ended up happening, but this is the F15 brush from Sigma. It's a duo fiber powder blush type brush, and I actually use this to just kind of put that contour in, a bronze a little bit up here and a little bit over here. The good thing about these brushes is they don't soak up your entire product. So all your product is right there on the tip. If you look down in there, y'all see that? Yeah, if you look down in there, it's not all down in the bottom of the brush. And those are good to have, like cheek brushes. You want those. Now I am falling very deeply in love with this face brush. This is the Concealer Blend Kabuki brush, and it's the F79 from Sigma, and this is what it looks like. Okay, Can you see that? It's domed. And what happens is when I get done with my concealer, and I go ahead and I put on the setting powder, when I do this number right here, all the little fine lines in there, creases, like what I've been chasing down like a crazy person for the last year trying to fix this area. Okay, color correct. I've done it all trying to keep it from creasing these lines. This is the problem area for me, and this is my problem eye. This eye has given me more trouble than probably one of my kids have in the past. Anyway, moving on. I have enjoyed using this brush. Like, it buffers out very, very well under here. This is a great face brush and I recommend it. You want to have something that's going to help with your concealer, especially if you have fine lines under there. Alright, or however deep the inset of your eyes is definitely going to tell whether, like, you know, you're going to start having those. That's my favorite brush right now. Like, seriously, my favorite brush. The other favorite face brush is this one for contouring as well. It's the soft angle contour, the F23 from Sigma. This is gonna give you that, ooh, right straight down that cheekbone. And when you look, like, I just happened to notice this on my face the other day. It's almost as if I have a natural contour here, a natural darkness right there. I don't know what that's about, but that kind of gives me the guide right there. But this brush is going to put it on there, and it's going to put it on there right, and you're going to love this. You will love this brush. So this is great. You want to make sure you have some good cheeky type brushes, alright? I think I'm going to move off the face brushes for now. And I'm going to go into the eye brushes because there's so many of those. So many. But let me see who's... Oh, let me get back in just a moment.